The economy's like a human body.
Like a roller coaster.
Like a steamship.
More like a campfire.
We have got a lot of interesting ways of describing the economy.
Sort of a big swirl, like a galaxy or like a big dust cloud.
Like a submerged beach ball.
Maybe it's no wonder we can't settle on a good metaphor. It's hard to measure economic success, and even now, its meaning is changing. But we've come a long way from where we started. In the 1800s, the U.S. had to rely on things like taxes on oddly specific imports to get an idea of what was going on. During the Great Depression, the government realized it needed better data to make better decisions. Wisconsin Senator Robert La Follette pointed out there had never been a formal study of how much the country was making and what it was worth. His resolution helped lay the groundwork for what became GDP. After World War II, economic success became a story about jobs. Millions of Americans returned from the war looking for work, and in 1946, President Truman signed a law that made maximum employment the responsibility of the federal government. The 1970s saw surging prices, and battling inflation became a national obsession. Sometimes a crisis changes what we value. And recently, there's been another change, a new priority shaping the economic conversation for businesses, politicians, and policymakers.
This issue of inequality.
Inequality.
This disparity.
When it comes to employment, education, and earnings,
The conversation about economic inequality is hardly new, but in the wake of two recessions that saw growing gaps and record wealth concentrated in the hands of fewer people, it's found new urgency on the national stage.
So now policies are shifting towards being more inclusive, looking at sustainability. Both across the US, Europe, and China, there's more care about the quality of growth rather than the quantity of growth.
The trend is partly grounded in a growing body of economic research, with studies looking to quantify some financial costs of inequality and possible benefits of overcoming it. One new paper puts the price tag at nearly $23 trillion in the U.S. over the past 30 years.
The gaps in labor market outcomes that we observe that sideline or underutilize, either way, workers can translate directly into lower output, and conversely, closing those gaps can translate into higher economic output.
Those economic realities have helped policymakers refocus the nation's priorities. Even the Federal Reserve has said its new goal is to strengthen employment in a way that's broad-based and inclusive. And President Biden has made reducing inequality a centerpiece of his agenda.
When we lift each other up, we're all lifted up. And the corollary is true as well. When any one of us is held down, we're all held back. More and more economic studies in recent years have proven this. But I don't think you need economic studies to see the truth.
Our metrics for success as a nation will continue to change, as they have for hundreds of years. But today, the Biden administration and others say shared success is both a moral and economic obligation, and that it will help make the U.S. stronger and fairer than ever before.